Good morning, students. Good morning. Earlier, students will talk about money, banking, and that particular lesson was very well known to you now because we did many things all together. Along the side, certain sums also we have solved. And now today we are going to discuss about new topic, which is aggregate demand. I have written here aggregate demand. Earlier in the last year you must have learned about demand, the law of demand, and it's talk about the demand by only one individual. But the fact is, students, we are learning demand now by many individuals within the economy. Demand by many people, many individuals, many firms within the economy. That is what the part of aggregate demand. So what do you understand by aggregate? Can anyone answer me? What is aggregate? Aggregate means totality. So total of demand is what the aggregate demand in the economy. Let's see with this meaning, then I think you'll find it very easy to understand what the aggregate demand is all about. So students, aggregate demand refers to the total value of final goods. Now keep in mind, final goods I'm talking about. Aggregate demand is nothing but total value of final goods. I highlight this. It is nothing but total value of final goods and services, which all the sectors means primary, tertiary, secondary sector, which all the sectors of an economy are planning to buy. Planning to buy means demand. They are planning to demand at a given level of income. So income is given there, means it is constant at that one particular time of a level of income, means stability is there of the income. Then only this aggregate demand will be right in one particular point of time. If the income goes up, change, then aggregate demand will also change, because you know the law of demand tells that more the income, more will be demand, less the income, less will be demand. Correct? As well as more the price, less demand, lesser the price, higher will be goods demanded in the market. So while explaining this factor has to be taken into consideration, because this particular meaning is I have written in a broad sense. So all the factors come into this particular meaning. Once again I will repeat. Aggregate demand refers to the total value of final goods and services, which all the sectors of an economy are planning to buy at a given level of income during a period of one accounting year. So this aggregate demand, when we are going to calculate, who, not you and me, is a finance minister or the economist who calculate how much money is expended in an economy, what is the total expenditure in economy, what is total demand in the economy, both are same. How to calculate? Then we have to calculate. Then this economist or the finance minister calculate it of whole year, 1 year, one accounting year. And when they talk counting this expenditure, they are counting expenditure of different sectors. What are those three sectors? Just I inform you: primary, secondary, tertiary. In all the sectors, there are the consumers, firms, households. Correct? So aggregate demand includes the expenditure by all the households, firms, government, and the rest of the world. Therefore, this aggregate demand includes the people from the various sectors So their total demand is what? The part of aggregate demand. Once again, aggregate demand is the totality of expenditure or demand that is created by all the sectors in an economy for the final goods and services during a 1 year period or one accounting period. That is what aggregate demand is all about. So students, in little to make you more understand what are there in aggregate demands, I would like to inform you more and convenient manner the components what are there included in the aggregate demand. That is what the components in aggregate demand. What are those? In this aggregate demand, what are the components? Number one, first, private consumption expenditure. Can you guess what is the private consumption expenditure that is included in the aggregate demand? Aggregate demand means I am not talking about the one individual person's demand, I am talking about the economy as a whole, demand by all the people. So this demand by all the people we can segregate in different parts. We can separate them in a different parts. For example, private consumption expenditure. Simple. Private consumption expenditure means expenditure by you, me, your family, my family. When they move out of the home and purchase certain things, that will be your consumption expenditure, private consumption expenditure. So likewise, all the people in India are the consumers. So that all expenditure will be the part of the private consumption expenditure. Expenditure which is made by households. Students, investment expenditure. Next, the expenditure which is made for the capital goods. Of course, it is a private person also do the expenditure for the private goods, or as well as private firms also make the expenditure for the private goods. So what are those? Let's see. For example, expenditure by the firm for purchase of land, machines, buildings. So that expenditure is also part of aggregate demand. So that expenditure is also part of aggregate demand. Next, expenditure by government. Government also do the expenditure. So that is also part of the aggregate demand. So when government expense means what? For purchases only, na? So that purchases is nothing but demand. You demand, so you purchase. Correct? Purchase and demand are equivalent terminologies. So when the government expenditure done for purchase of agricultural commodities from the farmers, or government expenditure for purchase of machines from abroad or from within the country for their own companies. Own companies means government companies. There are many government companies are there. Correct? And these government companies are also required certain goods and services to run their business. So those expenditures are nothing but government expenditures which are part of the aggregate demand. So we students learn private consumption expenditure by households. We learn investment expenditure by firms, individual person in the economy. Next, government expenditure we learn expenditure by the government for the purchase of the goods and services in the economy is also part of the aggregate demand. Next, net export. The total export demanded by the total export which is there in the economy. For example, whatever the goods have been exported by India minus whatever the goods are imported by India, the net balance which is negative means more import, that will be also the part of aggregate demand. Now here one thing again I would like to explain to you. In a net export, the expenditure made by Indian companies or government, even government, to purchase goods from outside the country or to purchase goods from multinational companies who are producing goods within the country. Correct? So here we are purchasing goods from outside is part of your import, and the goods which you are selling out is part of the export. So net of this will be the part of your aggregate demand. So net export will be again the part of your aggregate demand. So these are the various components of aggregate demand. One, private consumption expenditure, that is by the household, private individuals. Next, investment expenditure, expenditure by the firms for purchase of land. Correct? These are the nothing but capital expenditure. Next, government expenditure, expenditure by the government in case of purchase of the agricultural or industrial commodities or other private services. For that government expense, so that is also part of your aggregate demand. Next, net export. Net export made in the country for importing and exporting the goods. That balance is what about will be entered in aggregate demand. So this is what the aggregate demand, students, and the components of aggregate demand. With this, I would like to end this. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.